Is there a bigger test in the AFL at the moment than Brisbane at the Gabba?
Not at the moment, no. I think that's right up there. What have they won their last 9? Lost one game since we played them last in round 7, I think, is their record. So it's very impressive. They're obviously in great form. They're a terrific team. So it's a massive challenge, one that we're really looking forward to.
Does it feel like you've hit that zone similar to last year where it's anyone, anywhere kind of mentality and you can actually go there and beat them right now?
Look, we're really confident in our own game. I don't think we've put a complete game together by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel pretty comfortable that we're in pretty good form. Clearly that's an enormous challenge going up there, but we'll back ourselves in and really attack it as best as we can.
How's Kieran Briggs? I saw he was walking.
Yeah, Briggsy's managing some shoulder stuff, so he's probably unlikely this week. At this point in time, he'll reassess tomorrow, but he was a bit sore during the game and certainly post-game. 6-day break, travel, just makes it a little difficult, I think, so don't expect him to get up.
Does that mean Lockie Keith plays his first game of the season in the row?
I think he will. We've had a few injuries with our ruck stocks, so it feels like Keith is the next man in. And he's more than capable. We're pretty comfortable that he's can mix it with a really good ruckman up there in McInerney. So it's going to be a big challenge, but he's a smart guy. He's been around the AFL for a long period of time, so I'm sure he'll embrace his opportunity and look to play well.
How's he playing?
Cogs, we did match play and he seemed okay. I haven't actually got the report post that. So we'll just sort of see how that unfolds. But yes, I can't be definitive about him.
You confident, optimistic?
Well, I'm optimistic, hopeful that he's okay. So if he is, he'll play, obviously, but if he's not, then hopefully it's one more week.
Josh Kelly, how's he tracking?
Yeah, Josh did match play without any issues, so I'd expect him to be fine.
And on Lockie, when was the last time he played ruck? Has he done much lately?
He's been doing some in the VFL. He played in the ruck last week at VFL level and did quite well. So he's one of these guys that adapts pretty quickly. He's really intelligent, can readjust his game to suit what we need really well, as we saw last year. Playing fullback on Tom Hawkins and then spending the rest of the year as a key forward / second ruck. So I think he's really well prepared to play whatever role we need him to play.
Does it change much what you guys do as a midfield group, or does he need to adapt to your on-ballers, or do they need to change a bit to the ruck?
I think your ground level will always adjust to what the ruck's doing. If we're winning hit-outs, they can tend to be a little bit more proactive. If we're not, then they'll stick a little bit closer to the Lions midfielders. So we'll just assess how that's playing out throughout the game. I mean, there'll be times where Lockie has good moments. There'll be times where McInerney has good moments. That's the nature of good players going at it. Particularly McInerney's a really strong ruckman, hard to move, slaps the ball forward and they surge onto it. It feels a little bit like the early 2000s Lions with Jamie Charman in there at times and Aaron Keating. So it's a good method, but they're hard to play. They're midfield. They've got Brownlow medalists sitting under the feet of the ruckman. So it's a big challenge.
Are you confident if Briggs does miss, it'll be just the 1 week? Is that the feeling?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know. His shoulder has to calm down a little bit, but I would expect it's, if he doesn't come up tomorrow, which we're probably not expecting, then it'll be 1 week. He'll be fine for Fremantle.
Brent Daniels, that move works so well. Does he spend more time in the midfield this week from the start?
Oh, maybe not from the start, probably. We haven't really discussed that yet. But I think he's a really good, important player for us in front of the ball, as well as that pinch hit through the midfield when we need it. So he might spend a little bit more midfield time, but I would expect him to start ahead of the ball.
Is it an obvious one for Toby Bedford, straight to Lockie Neal, considering his form?
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, but again, we'll reconvene this afternoon and work through those. I mean, they've got a really strong midfield. McCluggage hits the scoreboard and is, really, really important for their transition game. Neal, obviously, we know his quality, and Dunkley is a player who'll probably come to one of our blokes more so than us going to him. So they'll pose some threats. I'm sure we'll pose some threats to them, and whoever handles it better probably gets the job done.
Moving Brent Daniels and Toby Green into the midfield, do you think Giants midfield group has been struggling a bit without Cogs and Josh Kelly?
At times, certainly throughout the game last week, I don't think we were humming through the midfield at all. So we needed to make that change, inject some fresh legs. Josh Kelly's back this week, so hopefully that has a really positive impact on our midfield group. Each game's a new challenge, and really each quarter's a new challenge. In this day and age, with the game going the way it is, the team's so close, you've just got to readjust as you see fit, quarter to quarter. And I'm really confident in our midfield. I think we've got a lot of good players through there. So do the Lions, so it's going to be a good battle.
Going up to the Gabba, I'm not sure if you've coached a game there yet.
No.
Are you excited about the prospect?
Yeah. I mean, it's just another game, really. I mean, I've been to the Gabba a few times, so it'll be good. I mean, the challenge that the Lions present to us is a significant one that I think if we can overcome, we'll do a world of good for our confidence and our belief. So that it becomes a really important game. Not to mention ladder position and the fight for the finals. So I'm looking forward to it. So are our players.
It feels like teams in your position, there's a lot, have to be up every week now. There's just no respite.
Yep.
What you went through last year, does that almost condition you well for what every team's going through right now in the finals hunt?
Yeah, I think so. And I think even the lead into the finals, if we're good enough to get past these teams and make finals, I think we've got a bunch of dress rehearsals leading into finals that are essentially finals games. And we've been a little bit unlucky, I suppose, if you want to call it that, around our double-up games. We've played Sydney, the Western Bulldogs. We'll play twice. Hawthorn, we've played twice. Carlton, we've played twice, and Brisbane. So they're arguably top 5 teams that we've managed to play twice. So I think when you look at it from that perspective, we're playing. It feels like we're playing a finals game each and every week, and so I think we're well conditioned. We certainly prepare our guys to be trying to play our best footy at this time of year, and again, we've got to fight on our hands to make finals, let alone win them. But I think if we're able to do it, then the lead-in has been as good as any other team in the comp.
Has it been difficult managing not only the physical toll but the mental toll? The season's so long, and to get to this point, it's really exhausting.
Yeah, but every team's in the same boat in that space, so they've got to manage it as best as they see it. And I feel like we've been handling that okay. Mentally, we feel really good. We prepare really well each and every week. Physically, we'd like a couple of other players to be available, but that's not the case. And every team has a story to tell, as a former coach of mine used to say. So, we just deal with what's in front of us and do our best.
Just back on Jacob Party, are you optimistic he'll be back for the final?
Yes, yeah, he should be fine. Hopefully round 24, but if not, if we're good enough to make finals, I think he'll be available.
Are you drawing any inspiration from the Olympics at the moment?
Well, we've used them. Certainly some great stories, both this Olympics and former, past Olympics. So we try and have a bit of fun each week. We've got an Olympics comp running that provides a lot of interest in it, a bit of banter through the locker room in the club. So we enjoy those moments. The Euros was a little earlier, so we try and embrace that. It's talk about that mental fatigue that you can generate. Any sense of relief from that, I think you use those opportunities, and certainly the Olympics is providing that at the moment.
Any stories in particular you've used to draw on?
We've used a couple. I love the Duncan Armstrong story of 1988. I think that was just a brilliant story. So we've spoken about that. We've admired him, and so there's been a few different ones.